Welcome to our home for the next 5 nights. We are at the Hilton Seychelles Labriz.
5 minutes to the jetty.
Yes.
And the boat leaves at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so we have
some
some
time.
time.
Welcome. So welcome inside, please.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
So welcome to our lounge. This is our lounge where you're actually going to wait for the boat to Silhouette Island, where the Hilton Labriz is located. Okay? So the island is the big one, right?
Yeah.
Fine. So it takes about normally 35 to 40 minutes to get to the island. Okay? Cool.
Smooth. Looks smooth sailing.
So we'll do the formalities, checking formalities here. And you have a seat inside or outside. My colleague will serve you something to
Guys, we made it to the Hilton Labriz in Seychelles. Well, actually, this is not the actual island. We're in the staging area. Because we're on the main island of Mahi, this is where we pretty much wait until about 6 o'clock for the boat to come. It's raining cats and dogs, which is kind of wild. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be really awesome, really special. Because we were transiting through Ethiopia, they made it a mandatory requirement to show yellow fever vaccination. And that kind of caught me by surprise. Luckily, both Chantel and I both have our yellow vaccination card, so we're able to pull it out. But we asked the question, what if you came to Seychelles through Addis and you had to stay overnight, but you didn't have yellow fever? And the quick answer is that essentially they'll send you straight to the hospital to get your yellow fever vaccination. They're pretty strict about any sort of fevers, sickness, and we definitely noticed that because they had the thermometer guns out and the cameras to the infrared cameras to make sure that nobody was sick coming into the island. So hot tip about Seychelles. We're getting on a boat. Rain ain't gonna stop us now. Yes. Perfect, thank you.
So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me, okay? It feels much better at the moment.
Yeah.
So you place in the slot for power, and this will be the makeup room button, and this will be the do not disturb button as well.
Got it.
So this will be the lights and air conditioning as well provided.
Perfect.
So we have the facilities for your available,
Okay.
and again a safe at your service and a hairdryer in addition. We have the bathtub whereby the lotions, the products and the towels will be replenished as soon as you clean the room. So upon request, so everything will be changed of course. Exterior shower, interior shower and a bathtub as well. So, happy honeymoon.
Oh wow.
It is.
Oh wow. That's awesome. Thank you.
Bottled water and coffee is complimentary, and it will be changed of course on a daily
Okay.
basis.
Perfect.
Snacks and so say Pringles, mosquito repellents and a mini bar however is chargeable, so please
Okay.
use it wisely of course. And of course happy honeymoon to you guys.
Yes.
T-shirts and party
Thank
has
you.
been provided. And if you want to have a romantic bath experience of course it depends upon request.
Yeah.
You can always call with the reception, it will be there to assist you. Bottle of sparkling wine has been placed as well in a fruit platter.
Oh, it's lovely.
Amenities of course and towels of course,
Amazing.
as it is raining outside so we cannot place it outside. So there's the HIP program as well. This is when you use more than 1,000 rupees you can get like 1,000 bonus points in return.
Okay.
It depends on every selected menu. So say you're going to Sakua, you spend more than 1,000 rupees on the dinner, let's say, for
It could be
example.
diving, it could be any of...
No,
the
diving.
diving.
Only-
Because
the
diving is
diving-
outside.
Oh, got it. It's a
Yes,
separate company.
Yes, it is. Diving is a third-party company, so
Got
it's
it.
not included. So
Got it.
it's only for the restaurants.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, so you can just fill this up, and it will be credited in 3 days into your account.
The first day was all about getting to know our resort, and we started off our morning at Café d'Aubin, the restaurant that serves the buffet breakfast for all of the guests at the resort. Now, this restaurant has a ton of selection in terms of food, healthy choices, great smoothies as well, and a lot of space to sit whether you want to be inside or outdoors in the morning. Well, once we were done breakfast, it was time to check out the rest of the resort, and we started off with checking out the different villas between ours, the beach villa, and the main part of the resort. And from there, that's when we discovered the activity center, and this is where you can play things like badminton, ping pong, life-size chess, tennis. They had bikes for rent, which are pretty key on Labriz, and jungle fun for kids. And finally, a place called the Pod, and this is where you can book all of your water sports adventures, not to mention a plant nursery right next door. There's also a gift shop, a boutique, and library in that building. And finally, across the street, then you have the pool. This is a family-friendly pool that features 2 different sections, one for kids on one side and the other side deeper for adults. There typically wasn't a fight for seats. All of them offered great views of the pool and the island. They had showers and direct access to the beach. Since we were hanging around by the pool, we decided to grab lunch at the neighboring Le Rouzin, which is a cafe slash restaurant slash bar that has game options, entertainment. There's a bar, of course, but we came here to basically grab a drink and pizza, and then we were off for our afternoon fun.
Well, welcome to our little slice of paradise. I mean, this is what we were really excited about when we planned our honeymoon, and we're finally here. Silhouette Island, the Hilton Labriz. It's been fantastic. We got here last night and we checked into our beachfront room, which they upgraded us to because of my gold status. And phenomenal out here. We're just on the beach, just soaking in the sun. And hopefully over the next couple of days, I'm gonna give you a chance to see an inside look into the hotel property, what our room is like, the food that we'll be having, some of the activities that are available on this exclusive island that's just for Hilton. So you're gonna have to excuse us for a bit, but it is time for some rest and relaxation for Chantel and I.
After chilling by the beach at our villa, we cleaned up and we got ready for our next activity.
It's sunset cruise time! Woo!
The Sunset Cruise is an exclusive activity by the resort where you're whisked away by boat out into the water to enjoy sunset with some food, champagne, and great company.
Thank you.
So we're on the boat right now, and as you can tell, a glorious sunset happening behind us. We're having a great time. We got some champagne, drinks, canapes, and great company, of course. And tonight we're having dinner at Sakura.
Our second day on the resort was a lazy kind of day. We didn't do a whole lot. I woke up in the morning to capture some shots of the sunrise, but that's kind of it.
Good morning. It is our third day here, and we're just heading out to breakfast. Spent a morning just watching the beautiful sunrise by our beachfront, which has been amazing, and I flew the drone as well, which is kind of fun. It is 9 o'clock right now, about 9, I think, and it's insanely hot. But it's been sprinkling a bit. We're not sure if we're gonna get some rain, but today is going to be our snorkeling day. We're gonna get our snorkels, see if we can catch some turtles and shark. And then Chantel here is doing her
Let's do a refresher course for scuba diving.
Because it's been about 3 years since the last time.
Yeah.
So she's going at 4:30. I guess maybe I'll rent a bike or something and I'll ride around. But yeah, that's gonna be our day. All right, so this morning we're gonna try something a little different. There is Café d'Aubin, which is the buffet area, but this is Portobello, which is the breakfast for gold and diamond members. So come on inside.
I would say the food selection here is definitely not as good as Café d'Aubin, but you do get a ton more of the made-to-order options and the opportunity to have some mimosa. Yum.
All right, so we're just waiting for our cart right now. We decided we're gonna do a bit of a hike.
I don't know if this is the right time to go. Like blazing hot.
Past the jetty, there's actually a cross, and if you go a little bit over, there's a secret beach. So one of the receptionists told us it was a good and easy one to do without having to do a guided tour. So just waiting for the buggy, and then we're gonna get our hike on. We're heading towards the jetty. So our buggy dropped us off to the start of the hike trail. I think the sign said Ramas Tout. I know there's a cross up here, and then beach kind of past that. So it's a pretty cool jungly environment here on the island. Oh, it's such an interesting terrain out here. So if you want a short and easy hike, this is probably the one to do. They'll drop you off right at the entrance of the hike, and wow.
And that's kind of the beauty of Silhouette Island. There's the resort, but you could totally hike out to a place like this and have the beach all to yourself.
We're just on the beach in front of our villa, and we're about to hit the water to see what we can catch.
I'll be honest, the house reef wasn't all that great, so don't have really high expectations when you're out here.
Well guys, with Chantel at her diving refresher course, I decided let's take this bike out for a ride and explore the island. This stretch of beach is known as the Presidential Suite Beach, mainly because the Presidential Suite is just up there, but it's really open to all guests. So a bit of a hike to get here, definitely take a buggy or ride a bike. But when you're out here, there's obviously nobody out on this beach because it's so far away. Nice and secluded, really private, and a great spot to just watch the waves. Ile du Nord is just across. Not sure if you can see that. And really cool boulders out here, which are really cool for photos. So gonna probably come back a little later on. But here it is, Presidential Suite Beach. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but those are all back. We're going fancy tonight at Portobello. Dress code in effect, Italian food tonight.
Morning. How are you? All right?
Will, how you doing, man? You all right? Cool. Will, I think you're gonna be right there.
I'm ready.
Guys, I am stoked today because we are on our dive boat right now and doing our first 2 dives here in Seychelles. I hear there are going to be sharks out here. Should be a good season to do diving out here, so really excited. So we just finished our first dive. We went kind of around the corner back there, No sharks, unfortunately. Apparently they've all moved down to the south, so I don't know if we're heading down there right now. But massive schools of fish, I swear, in the millions. We're just swimming in them. Big school of them. And what else did we see? We saw some, I think you saw a really big lionfish. We saw this really cool leaf fish, and I think a nudie branch that he was flashing, Stefan was flashing his light on. So we're heading out to our second dive site, and hopefully it brings us a bit more luck, but nevertheless, always fun to be in the water and fun to dive. Second dive definitely didn't disappoint. I mean, they told us there were sharks there yesterday.
Julian had around 50 of, most of them were great reef sharks.
So we actually went back. The weather cleared up, which allowed us to go to that side of the island. At first we didn't see anything, but like we were diving and just going one direction. We saw one shark come this way. We're like, oh cool, one shark. Turned around and there were like 20 to 30 sharks. It was crazy. Massive school, if you call school a shark, but there were like 20, 30 shark just spinning us, you know, swimming around us, essentially. They were curious like what we were doing, and they kind of went around us. Some came pretty close. These are white-tipped sharks, so nothing like the shark diving, sorry, the cage diving experience. We were there just in the natural habitat, just watching these shark. Really, really cool. So definitely one of the highlights for these two dives. The second dive was definitely the best one out there. But we just came back, we filled out our dive log. I signed up for tomorrow's dive, so I'm gonna be doing 2 more dives tomorrow morning, which I'm stoked about. But yeah, we're good. Chantel didn't fare so well. The waters were pretty rough being near the island for the second dive. So there's a lot of surge current. We use a lot of oxygen. And so she actually got down to 50 bar a lot earlier than I did, so she came up to the boat. Felt a bit nauseous. Didn't puke though, so she did okay. But I'm feeling pretty hungry, so we might catch some food, maybe tan on the beach, just chill out. But yeah, that was a really fun day of diving. So we're in Cafe d'Aubin, one of the restaurants here at the Seychelles Labriz, and every Tuesday it's Creole night, which is what you see behind us. But I'm excited to have some real Creole food tonight. Good morning. This is our 5th day in Seychelles, and I'm about to do dives 3 and 4, which I'm really stoked about. But even more importantly, I have a special guest here this morning.
Woo, it's me!
She's here. Convinced her, or
Yes.
she convinced herself to come on these dives. So yeah, hopefully the waters won't be too nauseous.
Yes.
Or she won't get too nauseous.
Smooth sailing.
Not
dive
sure.
Number 3 or 4, so.
Not sure which dive sites we're gonna do, but hopefully we'll see some cool stuff. Sweating like a pig.
Safety, the crew.
We're about to head to dive site number 1. So we just dove the cave, and probably one of our best dives. Aside from the shark one, ton of fish. Stingray, turtles, mating turtle, a bit of everything, shrimp, octopus. It was a good dive. It was a good dive. So we're back from our dives, and the second dive at our house reef was pretty cool. It was nice and easy, which was a great way to end off our diving here in Seychelles. What do we see? We saw some lobster, some shrimp, eel, moray eel, which was really neat. We're just grabbing our bikes and then heading back over to our suite to clean up because I feel pretty salty and fishy. I think the rest of the day we're just gonna chill and take some photos around the resort, relax, sit by the beach, maybe by the pool. Yeah, sweet life.
Yummy.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Once we finished up lunch at Le Brozan, we knew that this was our last full day at the resort, so I spent a little time doing some filming around the resort to make sure you guys got that inside look, and then we went over to Presidential Suite Beach with our bikes.
I can't believe it's our last day here at the Labriz. We just had our final breakfast and we're about to check out. But we still got 2 more nights and we're headed to the North Home on the main island of Mahi, so we're excited for that. And hopefully some infinity pools and some chillin'. Yeah, I know you're looking forward to that.
Yes. Just being under the sun.
Got a little burnt though.
Yeah.
We just checked out and we're heading back to the mainland.
Well, thanks guys for watching Vlog 8 from the Honeymoon series. There's definitely more to come. As I mentioned, we move on to the Hilton North Home on the main island of Mahi. So stay tuned and make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on Going Awesome Places.